Hello everyone, it's Sheltek and welcome back to another video. And today we're unboxing a 60% compact RGB wireless keyboard. This is the Redragon K530 Draconic wireless RGB mechanical keyboard. Now from as long as I can remember, I've been using full-size 104 keyboards, but recently I've been looking into smaller, more specialized keyboards for my gaming. These smaller keyboards are perfect for customization and take up a lot less desk space. Today I'll do a quick unboxing, setup, go over the specs and features, do a sound test, show you the Redragon software, and why I think this keyboard is my new go-to device. So let's get this box open and see what's inside. The box and the packaging show off the red and black branding of the Redragon company. It's got a quality Dragon logoed black inner box, which contains an angled USB-C to USB-A cable. A little box with extra mechanical switches. Now moving the keyboard aside, which we'll get back to a little later, is the keycap puller and the switch puller. Two things that are really nice to see and appreciated included in this box. Now getting back to the keyboard package, straight off is a multilingual instruction manual, a Redragon sticker, and finally the 60% keyboard itself. And wow, this thing looks and feels nice. Coming from a world of full-size keyboards, the K530 Draconic is a big change for me to get used to. Taking a closer look at the 61 key Draconic keyboard itself, I find it one solid keyboard. It measures in at 291.7 by 101.7 and by 35 millimeters. It weighs in at 0.8 kilograms or 1.7 pounds and feels lightweight and well constructed. Of course, omitting 43 keys from a standard keyboard should make any keyboard feel lighter. On the underside of the K530 are 4 rubberized feet, of which 2 fold out to adjust the keyboard height. On the left side of the keyboard is the interface, as this keyboard can be used both wired and wireless. So this is where the USB-C interface is located, on-off switch, Bluetooth channel switch, Bluetooth LED, and battery power LED. Some other nice features of the Draconic is that it comes in either black or white, has a minimal logo, has side printed letters on the keys, and the font on the keycaps are clear and attractive. So Redragon offers the K530 with 3 different out-the-moon switches, red, brown, and blue. Of course, the switch you choose depends on what you prefer more, whether smooth red switches to a more tactile blue and brown switches. In my case, this K530 has brown switches, so it has a more tactile bump than red switches, meaning it lets you know on the way down the key has been pressed enough. It's a good choice for people who are typing or programming. The Draconic comes with a quality keycap puller. With a light pull, the keycaps come off nice and easy. And of course, under those are those brown autoimmune switches. Those switches all fit into a metal plate, making up the base of the keyboard that makes it feel extremely solid. The keycaps themselves have a matte black coating so they aren't shiny or slippery, especially during gameplay. With an awesome translucent font to show off the RGB, these keys really are nice looking. Now checking out the switches under the keycaps with the included puller, the switches take some force and wiggling to get them out. You really got to be extra careful when forcing them out, as I did end up bending some of the prongs. Redragon included 4 extra switches with the K530, I think for backups, but really to help you get an idea on what color switch you would prefer. Then you can either buy new switches and swap them out, or go with what came with the keyboard. And here's a little sound test of those brown switches and keys. Keys feel very premium and responsive to my touch, although I do hear a slight metal ping sound when typing. That could be due to the metal plate the keyboard is made of, and I think over time the sound may become less after continued use. But in my opinion, it's not distracting enough that it would ruin the user experience. An awesome feature with this keyboard is that it can be used wired and wireless. By using the very innovative L-type USB-C cable, which is conveniently attached to the side of the keyboard instead of the middle of the keyboard like most manufacturers do, this simple move frees up desk space and gives a clean appearance to your work area. That same USB cable that runs about 60 inches also charges the 3000 mAh battery that should give you about 10 hours of battery with RGB on and even longer with RGB off. When charging the keyboard, the green LED will blink green and then stay green when fully charged. Now using that battery to access the wireless options with the Draconic is even more versatile. With the ability to connect and switch between 3 different devices is an awesome feature. Connecting through Bluetooth, you can connect to your phone, tablet, or computer, all with the flip of the B1, B2, and B3 switch to pair. These dual modes, whether wireless or wired, is a great option for gamers who are worried about lag in their gameplay. Although I didn't find any lag while I tested this keyboard gaming over the last few weeks. Now let's take a quick look at some of the functions of the K530. Because it's a 60% keyboard, some keys may do triple duty. What's ingenious that Redragon does is having a magic function key. This key, which is activated when holding down the caps key and hitting keys with the side printing on them, so giving you all the keys that were omitted to make this keyboard even smaller. For example, the arrow keys are now the AWSD keys, or the F keys are under the top row of numbers. And the function 1 key accesses keys like page down or delete. And the function 2 key takes care of everything else, such as RGB modes, brightness, turning off lights, and recording macros. I think this is a great idea that does take getting used to, but is relatively easy to pick up. Speaking about the RGB and macros, the Redragon software lets you go more in depth in making this keyboard even more customizable. With 3 different profiles, the K530 allows you to make your own custom macros to enhance your in-game moves. It also allows you to actually customize individual key colors, macro settings, and function. Of course, what a lot of gamers look for is the RGB. You have 13 preset color modes that the keyboard cycles through, and you can customize each key to the color you want without opening the software. I like that you have the ability to change the colors, although I found the brightness level a little on the dim side, and I wish it was brighter like some other gaming keyboards. So for around $59, would I recommend the Redragon K530 Draconic keyboard? The answer is yes. At this budget price, you're getting a solidly built, feature-rich 60% keyboard with a lot of extras. I love the feel of the keycaps, the portability, the understated look of the keyboard, and I really like the option to use this keyboard wired or wireless. And on top of that, the long battery life. I didn't like the ping sound so much when pressing the keys, but after a bit of time I didn't notice it. I also wish this keyboard came with a braided USB cable instead of a smooth one, but all in all these are minor factors and make this keyboard a great budget buy. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can pick up the Redragon K530 Draconic keyboard and get a discount on it using my code. To watch reviews on other gaming products like mice and keyboards, check out the videos right here. Also tell me what keyboard you're using in your setup and maybe I may do a review on it. Thanks for watching.